me. His voice was shaking. Oh, oops. God damn it. Nicola. I hate when I do that. Nicola, please. Please don't. I'll always be by your side. I promise I'll never leave. So please, let's go home together. Amidst the rain, I did my best to express my feelings to his hardened soul. Soon, he slowly began to move. He then grabbed a hold of me and buried his face into my shoulder. His body was cold from the rain. I gently cradled his weak shoulders. I prayed in silence that Nicola's soul would be saved. Digestivo. Good. Looks like I've covered the second floor hall. I've been helping Julia with the cleaning with how much time I had on my hand. Capo. Let's see what's going on, Nicola.
ラオ州は最近おとなしい。特に目立った動きはないみたい。
ラオ州も大金星を上げたわけだし、あまり焦る必要がないのかもね。
Sensing something from my words, Orlok quietly looked away.
ビスコンティは被害が甚大。そろそろだと思う。
相当叩いたからね。正直、ビスコンティよりもラオ州を優先したかったんだけど。売られた喧嘩を買わないわけにもいかないしね。
ビスコンティはニコラにボスを殺された。報復に出るのは当然。
まあ、それもここまでだ。近いうちに最後の仕上げにかかろうかな。
ファルツォーネのニコラの評判はあまり良くない。ファルツォーネを裏切ったこと作戦だったって信じてない人も多い。ニコラはまんまとカポの座を手にしたって。
言いたいやつには言わせておけばいいさ。他には何かある？
I mean, that's true.
今は街中に死体が溢れてる。いちいち確認するのも手間だけど、俺が調べた範囲では。
So have they moved on to killing civilians? Because I can't imagine that this serial killer is still just targeting mafia. The mafia is probably bleeding dry at this point. Okay, they're killing civilians. Shit. I don't think there have been. What? It's either. I don't know. That sentence looks weird.
それはいいことだね。公庫の憂いがないに越したことはない。
それからブルローネ死刑に一人行方不明の人間がいる。
A Berlone office or officer. Okay, these typos.
ロベルト・デ・フェオ。
Oh shit. Oh shit. They might have killed him. Yikes-a-ronies. Uh-oh.
へ
ロベルトはラオ州とつながりがあったみたい。
Mm.
露見を恐れて逃げたのか、それともラオ州に消されたのか、もしくは他の誰かに。
さあどうだろう。彼は随分と失礼な人間だったし、マフィアからは煙たがられていたから無理もないよ。
Yeah. Pretty much to hell with him, I suppose.
今頃アドリア海の魚の餌にでもなっているかもね。まあ、一階の刑事の末路に興味はないけど。
I mean, it's probable, but I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up.
ならいい。
Oh, shit. Orlok began to look around the room uncomfortably.
どうしたの、オルロック。
ニコラ、この部屋。
ああ、ここは代々のカポが使っている執務室だよ。今は僕のもの。
I had only let him into the manor a few times before, and even then, only as far as the garden. Perhaps being in here was making him uncomfortable. Interesting. I've been helping Julia with the cleaning with how much time I had on hand. I lived life here not much different from the way it was before. The only difference is that the men are never around and Dante is no longer with us. It had been 2 weeks since Dante's funeral. I turned around hearing a familiar voice. It seemed it was coming from Nicola's office. A young man stepped out. Buongiorno, Orlok. Orlok seemed tense. He simply nodded without saying a word. How is Nicola? It was a strange question to ask. But Orlok must have noticed my hesitance and replied to my question.
ニコラは変わった。
Uh-oh.
それが少しかたくさんか、俺にはわからない。
Ruh-roh. Orlok looked at the door to the office with a concerned look on his face.
俺は情報屋だから、必要とされるなら情報を売る。それだけ。それ以上のことは何もしない。
What the fuck?
許されてないから。
Says who? With that, he bowed to signal his departure, then walked away. Weird. As he left, I watched his lonely back and held that odd feeling inside me. Later in the evening, as I was cleaning up, one of the men came into the salon.
やれやれ、このサロンに来るのも久しぶりな気がするな。
Welcome back.
おお、ジョーちゃん、掃除してたのか？
Why, yes. It seems you're all quite busy. I can at least do my best to make the place comfortable when you return.
そいつは嬉しい心遣いだな。うん。屋敷が綺麗だとやっぱり気分がいい。
I'm glad to hear it.
最近寝る暇もなく動き回っていてな。さすがに答えるってもんだ。次の休みにはジョーちゃんが焼いた菓子でも食いながらのんびりしたいよ。
He sunk his tired body into the chair and closed his eyes as if enjoying the old days.
俺はジョーちゃんの観音炉が恋しいよ。ドミニクさんにも。
Man, don't bring the homie Domenico in there.
食べさせてやりたかったな。
Yes, I wish he was too. I wanted to see him enjoy my baking. I vividly remember when I heard he was going to be released. Afterwards, I was abducted by Nicola from the Falzone Manor. I haven't made any cannoli since then.
よかったらまた今度カンノーロ作ってくれないか。
Sure, fam.
実のところ俺もジョーちゃんが作ってくれるドルチェのファンだったんだ。
So cute. He winked at me with a playful smile on his face. Hey! Don't you be making no fresh passes at me, sir. I am fated to Nicola, the boss, the capo. You will learn your place. I am so happy to hear that. I'll make the best cannoli I can.
楽しみだ。
I felt a bit better seeing his bright smile and hearing his joyful laughter. I couldn't be happier knowing what I did could make others smile.
ね
Oop. I jumped at the sudden voice calling out from behind me. Nicola, since when? Instead of replying, oh Lord. Instead of replying to me, he stared coldly at the person sitting in front of me.
君こんなところで油を売っている暇はあるのかな。僕たちファルツォーネの人間にとってすべきことはまだ山積みのはずだけど。
ああ、すみませんカポ。すぐ仕事に戻ります。
He quickly bowed and exited the salon in a hurry. Nicola? He just came back a moment ago after working a long time. He even said he hasn't had any time to sleep, so he was just resting for a minute. He wasn't sitting idly.
へえ、遊びじゃないなら何なのかな、そのおしゃべりの内容は。
What? Are you serious? Well, true, we weren't talking about work, but technically you were. Because you were talking about I don't know. I tried my best to make an excuse as he looked at me with those cold eyes of his. It's my fault. He just wanted to cheer me up. It was only for a moment. So please don't be too harsh on him. Oh gosh. Lily, girl, you see what you done put yourself in? Okay, I had something to do with it too, but Lily, girl, don't push it. Don't push it. The more I spoke, the harsher his expression became. Unable to say anything more, I fell silent. I sighed slightly when all of a sudden, you did not just hit her! Ah! Nicola forcibly grabbed my arm. What? What is it? Without a single word, he simply dragged me out of the salon. Stop, Nicola! Let me go! I can't scream. I tried to I wanted to slap him. I tried to snap him out of his unusual state as he kept a tight grip on my arm. Nicola didn't even look at me. Holy shit, what are you doing? He kept dragging me along quietly until we reached his office. What is going on with you? I finally snapped from his refusal to talk and questioned him in a strong voice. His grip on me began to weaken. I held my breath and quickly forced my arm away from his hold. Why are you doing this? I looked straight at him. He didn't flip. Ooh, girl, you finna fuck you up? He didn't flinch and quietly locked the door, staring at me with a blank look on his face.
君が言ったんだよ。僕のそばにいるって。
Exactly. Nicola's words jogged my memory. I recall what I said at Dante's funeral. Well, yes, I did say that, but That's why I'm still here and haven't returned to the church. I had stood by my words. At least that's what I thought. Oh god. Yet Nicola gave an eerie smile and pulled me into his arms.
何も分かっていないんだね、君は。
What are you doing, bro? Come on, man. No. I was getting a bad feeling about this, especially in this locked room. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck you locking the room for? I instinctively tried to break myself loose, but his arm wasn't letting go at all. Nicola then squeezed me more tightly to stop me from resisting. Stop, Nicola!
君は僕のことが好きなんだよね。だからそばにいてくれるんだよね。
Oh my god, this guy has fucking lost it. The way he questioned me was making me doubt his sanity. He's right that I love him, but he's starting to scare me.
どうして黙るの？もしかしてもう嫌いになったとか？
Bruh, what the fuck are you on? That's not...
いいよ。見損なったならそれで。君が僕を嫌っていても結果は同じだ。
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? He forcefully pulled down my blouse collar, exposing my skin to the cold air. What the fuck are you doing? Unable to speak through shaking lips, I stood frozen as he whispered into my ear.
君は約束した。僕のそばにいるって。だからその責任を取ってもらう。誓いには重みがあるんだって知っているよね、リリアーナ。
Please, stop! His moist lips touched my exposed skin, and he slowly ran them down the mark on my chest. I tried my best to push him back, but to no avail.
僕にはもう君しか。
Nicola? His eyes were filling with tears. He was looking at me with a sense of suffering in his eyes. If I refuse him now, his mind is going to break. He wouldn't smile at me like he did before. Suddenly, my strength left my arms and legs.
諦めたの。賢いね。
Yo, what the fuck? He's forcing himself on her? Not like this, bro. Oh my god.
君がちゃんといい子にしてくれたら、僕も
Oh, what the
優しくしてあ
fuck
げ
did
る。
I get myself into? What the fuck? There's actually truth to what Yang and Roberto were saying. Are you fucking kidding me? My body shook, seeing his cold eyes. But I needed to accept him. I needed to accept his despair and sorrow in order to heal him. Oh, Lily, I don't know about that. Don't know about that, sis. I want to protect him. I slowly and carefully reached my hands out, and then what? He slowly wrapped his arms around my back. Okay, so they did it. They were intimate, I suppose, but not like that. Like if a man is scaring you into doing it, it loses its significance. Won't co-sign on that, fam. Another day passed without returning to the church. I didn't regret accepting Nicola back then. That's a tasteful way of putting it. But I still didn't know if that was the right thing to do. That should do it. Now that I'm done cleaning the garden, I decide to head back to the salon. Bro, that fire truck is really loud. It seemed like Nicola and the family were gathered together for some kind of meeting.
報告ありがとう。 レオが持ってきた情報を踏まえて考えると、ラオ州に仕掛けるのは2日後、いや3日後がいいかな。
Okay.
はい。中2日あれば万全の状態に整えられると思います。
俺も賛成だ。今回は大物狙いだからな。慎重に準備する必要がある。
I interrupted their meeting. Would anyone like something to drink? Nicola looked at me and smiled gently. Please, that's like not a creepy, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth smile or some shit.
それより君も座って。いい知らせがあるんだ。
Oh my god. I wasn't sure what it was about, but I followed Nicola's beckoning hand and sat next to him.
きっと喜ぶと思うよ。僕たちの敵はもうほとんどいなくなったんだから。
Enemies? You mean the Falzone families?
うん。ラオ州はまだ少し残っているけど、ウィスコンティはもう終わり。
I could deduce something important was being discussed among them, but hearing him say that the Visconti were all gone was still shocking. It feels like just yesterday. Despite my short stay there, I did get along with a number of them.
ビスコンティはもともとボスに大きく依存していた組織だ。ギルバートさえ死ねばあとは烏合の衆。崩れ落ちるのは早かったね。
Okay. Leo nodded in agreement with Nicola.
俺も何度かやり合いましたけど、全然怖い相手じゃなかったです。統率も取れてないし。
Leo! I got this bad feeling in my stomach, y'all. Oh, that poor cinnamon roll. Oh, someone's gonna say that about you. I have a bad feeling about that. Feeling conflicting emotions, I asked a question to Nicola. What's gonna happen to Creta?
ビスコンティが亡くなった以上、しばらく荒れると思うよ。
No, ma'am.
ファルツォーネへの反感もあるだろうしね。けど、それも一時のことだ。
So that subsect just implodes with her. We ain't got the Visconti, so boof.
ブルローネは昔のようにファルツォーネが滑る街になる。
Okay. I see.
はい。これからは平和になるだけです。ニコラさんを狙っていた奴らはみんな死にましたし。
敵組織の中でも忠誠心の薄い連中はさっさとこの町を捨てたようだしな。
It seems like they were telling me this to help easy my worries. What the fuck? Why are the typos coming out? The typos are coming out to play. Isn't it ease my worries? That's the expression. Whatever. I'm happy there isn't anyone left to go after Nicola, but I glanced over to my side. I don't like the fact that Roberto just disappeared. Is he dead or he's just missing? Because he's once after the conflict with the Lao Shu is over with, and say Nicola lives, if Roberto ain't dead, he still got one person for sure to worry about. Nicola was sitting there like nothing had changed. I didn't feel good at all. Ooh, girl. What you mean you don't feel good? Night arrived. I changed into my sleepwear and slid into the bed when I already know who it was who knocked on the door. I wasn't sure if I should open the door and let him in. Can I trust you? Girl, if you asking that fucking question, something's really wrong. The knocking continued in a hurry. I didn't have much time to think. I stood in front of the door, closed my eyes, and took a deep breath. I slowly turned the doorknob. The person in front of me smiled gently.
ボーナスエラ、リリー。君の部屋に入れてくれる？
Nicola was smiling, but his eyes said otherwise. Oh my god, it's just, even though it's the same character art, it's still very unsettling now in context. I quietly let Nicola into my room. I chose to accept all that he does. I can't change things now. At this point, I doubt he would let me leave anyway. And I don't want to hurt Nicola anymore. Girl! It's gonna be the death of you! Whatever. He came inside and closed the door. As usual, he locked the door behind him. Oh my god, we finna get it on again. Yep. The day we were to attack the Lao Shu arrived. Everyone had left the manor already. I cleaned the hallway in a daze, but I couldn't seem to concentrate. Whew. How many times have I sighed already? Girl, I've been asked that. The entrance was getting a bit noisy. Is he back? I hurriedly put the clean tools away and went down the salon. Nicola was nowhere to be found. According to Leo, he seemed to go straight to his office upon arrival. Hearing that, my shoulders dropped. But I quickly regained my composure and head to his office. Oh, reading's hard, guys and gals. Welcome back, Nicola. Seeing me jump into his room without knocking, his eyes narrowed, and then he gave a gentle smile.
Ah, tadaima.
I'm glad you returned safely.
今ちょうど君に会いに行こうって思っていたところだったんだよ。
I smiled with relief. Nicola seemed happier than usual. If the siege on the Lao Shu was successful, Nikolai's vengeance should be over.
こちらにはほとんど被害は出なかった。怪我人が数人ってところかな。
Okay, Leo made it too. I'm happy. I see.
けど、ヤンには逃げられた。
Arg! Yang's escape meant that Nicola's revenge wasn't over yet. Anxiety washed over me. But Nicola didn't seem fazed at all. He was still smiling quite pleasantly.
君にも見せてあげたかったな。今日はネズミの巣を丸ごときれいに燃やしてあげたんだ。
Huh?
港も街道もすべて封鎖した。ブルローネを出る街道は一つ。周りは深い森だ。
So,
狼も出る。
so you're assuming Yang got ate up by some wolves and shit because he don't know where he going. No body, no confirmation.
どうせ近いうちに炙り出されるよ。
Oh, okay.
せいぜい逃げ回ればいい。
I sensed the shadow of madness in Nicola, seeing his smile warp eerily. Oh my god. Burning the rat's nest. If I'm not mistaken, the Lao Shu's headquarters was in the middle of Valeno. If he really set fire to their headquarters, what happened to Valeno? Just imagining what may have happened made me squirm.
リリー、どうしたの？
Nicola tilted his head in confusion. I forced myself to speak. Seeing you talk so happily about killing others makes me sad.
そんな僕は嫌い。
I ain't say I hated you for it. Nicola. Like, this dude has me on pins and needles now. Holy shit. He closed his eyes in concern, then embraced me as if pleading for help.
違うんだ。僕だって殺したくて殺したわけじゃない。ラオシュウがダンテを殺したからだよ。僕たちはカポを失った。そうしなきゃダンテだってきっと報われない。ラオ シュが悪いんだよ。証拠なんて残すから。僕だって証拠もなしにこんなことはしない。
So the proof was the bullet fragment, and how that was tied to a Russian rifle that somebody said, oh, the Lao Shu used these. But just because it's that's not concrete. Unless you've seen the Lao Shu member physically use it on Dante, we can't say that the Lao Shu killed him. But whatever, that's not proof. It's grounds for suspicion, but it's not concrete proof. Nicola's words triggered something in my mind. It bothered me for a long while, but only a single bullet was used to prove that Dante was killed by the Lao Shu. Was that really enough to call proof? Yes, the Lao Shu used weapons with that type of bullet, but would they have used their usual weapons in assassinations that need to be covered up? Thank you, that's what I've been saying. I wonder, did the Lao Shu really kill Dante? The thought swirled around my mind.
Lili, 君は僕のそばにいる。これからも離れないでいてくれる。
Girl, I would say get the fuck out of Dodge at this point. Cause he does this shit, it's like the honeymoon phase, y'all. Where he does this shit repeatedly. And, shit, he's doing this to, you know, keep her around. Like a form of psychologic, you know, control. Nicola asked me sweetly. I stopped thinking. I gently wrapped my arm around Nicola's back. Yes, I'll always be with you. If I let my hands go. I was the only one who got to see the family boss showing his weakness. I need to support him. Nicola is suffering more than anyone else. A few days passed. I was living a pretty calm life, but there were some changes as well. With the warring nearly over, the manor settled back to its usual state. But it wasn't as lively as before. Most who used to come every so often now didn't visit at all. I awoke slowly and looked around my empty room. Evening already? Nicola begged me to have a nap with him. I'm surprised. Why y'all still in separate rooms? I suppose I slept a bit too well. Maybe it's because I haven't been getting much sleep recently. Did Nicola step outside? I got myself up from bed thinking that I should have Nicola wake me up next time. I was sure dinner was already being prepared in the kitchen. I hurriedly put myself together and reached the doorknob to step outside. Suddenly, the door opened. In front of me was... Nicola!
ああ、目が覚めた。ごめんね。ちょっと電話が来て外していたんだ。
Nicola steps in and push me back into the room. Wait a minute, Nicola. It's almost dinner. I have to go help Julia.
いいんだよ。君はそんなことしなくて。むしろ今までがおかしかったんだ。君はメイドとして雇われているわけじゃないんだからね。
Well, that's true, but I feel guilty not doing anything at all. Girl, you his woman. Just chill. I figured I could show my thanks by at least helping just a little.
じゃあ、ジュリアの手伝いじゃなくて、僕の手伝いをしてよ。
Help you?
そう。この屋敷の主は僕なんだから。君には僕の言うことを聞く義務がある。そうだよね。
Well, it was very assertive of him to say so. It's not that I didn't want to help him, but I'd never been stopped from helping out before. Nicola buried his face in my shoulder.
キッチンには行かないで。ここにいて。お願い。
Is there something the matter? Something seemed terribly wrong. I had to ask him what was going on.
ヤンが死んだよ。
Oh.
これでラオ州も終わり。僕の手で直接殺せなかったのは残念だけど、死体は屋敷まで運ぶように指示した。これでようやく終わる。この町は平和になる。
Is it though? We need confirmation of Roberto's dead. Yes, I'm sure. I slowly ran my fingers through his hair. The feeling was no different from before. Nicola should be able to rest now. Nicola's revenge has ended. I felt the tension in me dissipate. Please. I prayed quietly inside my heart. It may take some time, but he will get back to his normal self. Little did I know that things were worse than I thought. Oh shit. That he was already broken beyond repair.
Ah, つまらない幕引きだ。終止符はあっけなく打たれてしまった。
Who is this?
ブルローネの一時代がこうも簡単に終わってしまうとは。事実は小説よりもきなり？いや、筋書き通りに運んだ現実など三流作家の物語より退屈だ。
The directory. No, that was the directory. Oh, that was it! Oh no! That was it! Oh my god! What a fucking blah ending. Oh my god, y'all. Or that... No. I have no idea. Wow, y'all. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm probably going to get copyright striked for this. Okay, it's kind of slap though. Okay. All right. That was such a bittersweet ending. I'm not even sure if I think that was the bad ending. Oh. Okay. A few months had passed since Nicola became the Falzone's boss. All opposing factions were gone. The Falzone family held the reins to the entire town of Berlone. I was sleeping in my soft bed, spending my time between the rift of reality and dreams. As usual, I carried on my daily life at the Falzone Manor. But it's quite different from before now. I felt myself being lifted up. I slowly awakened from my dreamy state. I also felt cold fingers covering my eyes. When did he return? Nicola?
そうだよ。ただいま、リリー。
Ooh, child, what's with the gloves? Ooh! Okay, Lily. Okay. really got the freakum dress on? Okay, bitch. Okay. A little.
そうちょっとならもう少し遅くなってもよかったかな。
Oh, stop it already.
ごめんごめん。僕がいない間、いい子にしていた。
Why, yes. I read books and stayed in my room, just like you told me to.
そう、ならよかった。今日は君のために新しいドレスを買ったんだ。明日には届くと思うよ。
Okay. Again, my closet is getting so full from everything you've bought me.
だって君に似合いそうだったんだ。淡いペールグリーンのシフォン生地でふわりと裾が広がっていて。
Unbelievable. I sighed and let out a giggle. The moment he changed the moment Yang died. Nicola began to detest seeing me step outside the manor. Oh. Ruh-roh. He then laid out rules that prevented anyone in the family from speaking with me. Oh shit, looking like that? He's safeguarding it. Next, he barred Julia and the maids away from me. For what? They're not gonna make a move on her. Soon, he prohibited me from even leaving my room. Days passed inside my room. All I did was await his return. What the fuck? To make up for my lack of freedom, he bought me the most beautiful dresses and clothes. In fact, the dress I was wearing now had only been purchased yesterday just for me.
ダメだった？
No! Nicola, what the fuck? I don't like this. Of course I do. Your gifts are always wonderful. I really am happy with them. But you don't need to buy so much. Sorry, I was like, but you don't need to buy so much. It's only going to worry me.
大丈夫だよ。その分しっかり稼いでいるんだから。
I would actually rather have him near me than receive all these gifts. I hesitated for a moment before asking him my usual question. Nicola, I'd like to step outside for once. I haven't seen anyone at the church for a while now.
そうだね。もう少しブルローネが安全になるまでは我慢してほしいな。
Yes, I understand, which will probably be never. Yep. The same reply came from Nicola. No matter how many times I asked, it never changed. I already understand. He had no intention of letting me out. It didn't matter how safe Berlone was, even with the Visconti and the Lao Shu gone. But if this can save his soul, fuck saving his soul! Fuck that! You're losing yours in the process. I'd happily accept his lies. His words were sweet and tender amidst this darkness-shrouded world of mine.
君が一人で退屈しないように、僕はできるだけ君のそばにいるよ。君のことは僕が守ってあげる。誰にも傷つけさせない。
Thank you. It's dangerous outside after all. I was a bird in a cage. Nicola's precious little bird.
ねえ、リリー。
What is it, Nicola?
僕は君を失ったらきっと生きていけない。
Don't worry. I'll always be beside you. Nicola gently placed me onto my bed. He was sweet and gentle with me as long as I was quiet and obedient. I was in an unlocked bird cage. I would always be waiting for his return. Oh my god. What? So it turns out, from some twist of fate, it turned out that he was actually what Roberto was right. Roberto was right. Roberto and Yang were right. What the fuck, yo? Oh my god. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it because Yang, Yang was an asshole. Roberto was being an asshole. But over time, and with all this new responsibility thrown on him, he turned out to be the man that Lili needed to be saved from. So, y'all, woo! What on earth? Wow. Alright, so we have chapters unlocked, and we're going to go over some of the other choices. Well, I believe, like for chapter 1, you can choose between Dante and, well, with the main story, you could choose between Dante and Nicola. So before we go to Dante, I do want to get all of the other choices for Nicola and seeing where that lands us. So folks, thank you very much. That's one ending down. I really did enjoy myself, and I hope you enjoyed this route too, or enjoyed whatever we could out of it. That was a fucked up ending though. MidMorningSol signing off. I will see you for the conclusion of whatchamacallit, of Nicola's route, where we look at all the other choices, because why not? And yeah, folks, this is MidMorningSol signing off. Y'all know my philosophy on this YouTube shit. View what you wanna, do what you wanna, and I'll see you lovely lads and lassies in the next episode. So until then, my friends, take care, take it easy, and peace.